Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the Kotobukiya Alien Big Chap. That's him there with the kind of diorama around it. And seeing as I have quite a few other Alien Big Chap versions by different companies, scales, figures, statues, I thought I'd do a little comparison because I do believe the Kotobukiya statue that I've just got now, or should I call it a figure really, it doesn't move. So it is a statue in the sense that it just is stuck in that one pose. But it's I think it's referred to as a figure really, but it's I believe this is the most accurate HR Giga Big Chap Alien reproduction in any scale to date. That's a bit of a controversial one because I know that the big maquette alien statue, by I think one by Sideshow, and I think another company made one years back, very big, very expensive, but just from what I've seen, little things like the way you see on the arm there, it's meant to be so accurate to the point where it's actually the guy wearing the suit that they've reproduced here. And I'm going to get more into that in a minute, but you see the way the kind of arm kind of wrinkles a bit there? That's because it's meant to be a suit that the man is wearing. And they've even, when you really examine around the ankle there, you can see the way they've got the sort of wrinkles in. We'll get a closer look in a minute, but we're going to be doing a big comparison between all the other big chaps. So settle in, enjoy. Alright, now here's the 7-inch NECA Alien Big Chap. This was the last one that they released. He also came out with an Alien Isolation version, which is basically exactly the same, but with different type legs, more like the Dog Alien kind of legs. Now, when this first came out and I reviewed it, I remember being very happy with it, apart from the very, very, very loose joints all over him. He's incapable of standing up without some kind of help. But when you put this next to the Kotobukiya Alien, even though they're basically the same scale, I think the Kotobukiya Alien is slightly smaller, as you can see. Yep, there is a slight, maybe it's just the posture of the Kotobukiya when it's stuck in that kind of leaning forward. But it just looks so incredible. But it's night and day. I mean, that kind of looks, I don't want to use the word silly, but it kind of does. I mean, just look, it's not just the pose, it's the proportions. I mean, they just don't compare. Look at that. I'm really impressed with the fact that Kotobukiya managed to squeeze so much detail into something this size. I mean, just look at it. Look at all the different shades, the colors. It's magnificent. I put off getting this for a while. I even saw it in person when I was last up London and I was in Forbidden Planet, and that was the time, if you're keeping up with the channel, that I picked up Freddy over there, the 1/4 scale NECA Freddy from Freddy 2, Freddy's Revenge. And I did see this in the cabinet, the big display cabinet they have there, surrounded by all the Hot Toys figures and Sideshow figures and other statues. And because it was so surrounded by all this other stuff, and because Forbidden Planet was quite busy as usual, you don't really tend to stand in one place staring at something for very long. You kind of have to look at something and then move aside because someone else is coming along, and it's like a conveyor belt of people. You just keep moving around and moving until you've seen everything. And I remember seeing this and I didn't even really stop to pay attention to it. I remember seeing it in my peripheral vision over there and thinking, oh yeah, there's the Kotobukiya Alien. I've been interested in that for a while, and then my eyes went to like the big Hulk figure by Hot Toys, which I'd never really seen before, and then a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, very distracting. There's all kinds of stuff in the display cabinet, as there should be. But I'm just saying, I actually saw this in person and just didn't really take in how impressive it is. It's really, really, really well done. Let's look at the skull in there. Paintwork and all the different colors, just amazing. One thing I think I should do with this is I'll take him out of his diorama, put him on a rotating base and just let you see him turn. So I think he's going to look fantastic. I like how the mouth is slightly open. You can just see that inner jaw, the eyes and the skull. Super creepy. It's the perfect organism, like he says in the film, like Ash says. But I really love the film. I don't don't think it's aged a day out of the whole, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. When you watch the Blu-rays, the first film still looks the best. Everything about it, the quality, the sets, everything, atmosphere, perfect. And like I say, the perfect organism. And the deleted scene when Ripley finds Dallas kind of cocooned into the wall, we see that the alien in the first movie doesn't need a queen, doesn't need to have face huggers. It can literally, however the hell it does it, terrifyingly just cocoon a person and make them into an egg, I think. Whatever it is, maybe he makes them into an egg, or it's totally gross. But if you look at the deleted scene in Alien, it is really scary thought to think that Dallas was alive. He was dragged by the alien in that scene through the air vents or the ducts, whatever you call it. And you can only imagine what was going on that whole time, because quite a bit of time passed from the moment where Dallas gets grabbed and when Ripley discovers him again. You can only imagine what he went through. Absolutely terrifying. But this alien didn't need anything other than itself. It's got a very nice box. I love this image. I've seen that many times. And I'll just let you see the side. Very nice. And just get a little look at what you get there. And just zoom in. You can pause that and have a read if you wish. But yeah, the box is nice. Another image of the piece there. And there's the awesome guys who made it. Kotobukiya. Blah, 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 can't say it. You know what I mean. Those guys, they made it. It's cool. Artifacts as well. Okay, we have the creature on the rotating base. We get the turn action, so we see all the angles, yeah? Very nice. Come around, we see a rib cage, painted with the detail, movie accurate face, and the thickness of that skull, the dome. That's a subtle thing that a lot of people get wrong. See the way it kind of fattens out towards the middle? They didn't miss a trick with this thing. The paintwork is ridiculous. Just look at it as it comes round. That pose could not be more perfect. One of the, I don't want to overdo it, but honestly, one of the most impressive collectibles I've seen in my time. I just think it's amazing. And I've seen, as you've seen on that shelf back there, I've seen quite a few different versions of this creature. And this is the best one so far that I've seen in person. It just looks amazing. Look at the hands. That's something that a lot of companies, it's a bit hit and miss with all the different versions, but this particular one, the Big Chap hands have been captured perfectly. It's like those 2 thumbs and then the 4 fingers in the middle. Very creepy, the pose that they're in. And all the while I have to remind you again how they've made it look like a guy in a suit. Famous story how Ridley Scott was in a pub during the very early days of making Alien. I don't think they'd started shooting yet, but he's in a pub in England near Pinewood Studios, or I think it was Pinewood, and he sees a very tall guy at the bar, and he has the idea, asking him if he wants to be in the film. He ended up playing the Big Chap. But just flawless. Look at the position of the tail, how smooth that is. It just curls round. Absolutely awesome. Yep, so there it is, rotating. Definitely the most accurate Big Chap I've seen. Gorgeous. Don't do what I did and just sit on the fence for ages about this one. Jump on it. It's a nice price at the moment. I got this for £65 shipped on eBay. Well worth it. I'll always treasure this one. It's perfect. The paintwork on that tubing at the back, that kind of spine that comes out, the shoulders, just crazy detail. Look at the shoulder coming around there. See that paintwork? And I got the torch shining bright on him. He even looks all wet and slimy. Crazy paintwork. And there's no area on this guy where you think, ah, they kind of got a bit lazy there. It's all good from head to toe, or from the tip of his tail to his head, I guess. Might be a she. I always call it him, but it could be a lady alien. Who knows? It's just an it. So with a little height comparison between the NECA Ripley from the end scene of the original movie there and this Kotobukiya alien, you can see that the alien would be bigger. The Kotobukiya alien is a little bit smaller than it should be if you're going to be thinking about displaying a NECA Ripley with the Kotobukiya alien. I think photography wise you can make it work if you're, you know, crafty about it. But yeah, the NECA figures are slightly bigger in scale than the Kotobukiya piece. That's how that looks. We meet again. Now, having a look at the 1/4 scale NECA Alien Big Chap, which was quite a recently released figure, a few months now. Again, very impressive, but I gotta say, it just doesn't really compare to this. To the point where, I don't know, is it really worth hanging on to all these other versions of this particular creature? I do like to collect alien stuff, but I just kind of think that looks terrible now compared to this. There isn't really any comparison. That just looks like just a really confusing mess, to be honest. Yeah, if only that was bigger. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, I just can't imagine, or can't help but imagine what that would look like in a larger scale. It's definitely worth doing. I think people would, you know, do all kinds of poo in their pants if they knew that was coming in 1/6 scale. I know I would. I'd mess myself. Now, as I've shown in previous videos, I do have a lot of the other Alien and Aliens and Alien-free NECA figures. And one of the things you can collect from NECA is all these cool eggs. I'll just grab two different kinds. You've got the closed and the open. And even though the scale, as I've shown, is slightly, there's a bit of a difference there between the NECA and the Kotobukiya, you could have an alien egg there and display them like that. That looks pretty sweet. Be nice for photography. I can't wait to take some decent pictures of this thing. And yeah, I'll probably bust out another little video on this guy. I can see it happening. And there's the open egg. That also looks fantastic. And I have a little face hugger in here. Just pop him up there. Or we can actually have it dangling, or make it look like it's crawling down the wall. That could happen. That wouldn't be that difficult. And we just put a little bend in his tail. And we'll pop him in there. Yeah, it's coming to get you. That looks pretty damn sweet. I just pop the light in the background. It's way too bright at the moment for me to show you the kind of cinematic, moody look. I'll even bust out some smoke. Alright, so yeah, I will do a little separate showcase video on this guy. I'll probably get on the case with the Unreal Toys Batman capes first. And then, once the dust is settled, I'll do a nice little showcase video on this thing, because it definitely deserves some more attention. Really enjoyed checking out the reviews for it on YouTube recently, just after I bought it. Started binge watching all the different reviews that I could find. And yeah, so you can use those eggs, they look quite nice. So yes, it's miles ahead of this 1/4 scale piece by NECA, even though that is a very fantastic figure. It's just in a bit of an awkward kind of straight up pose right there. But as you can see, just moving around it, it's just not in the same league as this. This is different. This is a movie, you know, like a proper replica with no detail missed. Can't praise it enough. Honestly, it's an incredible piece. You have to get it if you're an Alien fan. Can't believe I waited this long. Silly me. They've also done an Alien Warrior, and it also comes with 6 of these kind of panels that you can arrange how you like. You don't have to display it like this. You could have it a wider display for the Alien Warrior. A lot of people make it look like a tunnel. that's coming out of. Looks fantastic. I'll probably get the Alien Warrior as well. They've also done the dog alien from Alien 3. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just happy to have this one, to be honest. I think this is the best one. But they're all so accurate, I think that's debatable really. It all depends on what your favourite film is. As I said, Alien is my favourite out of all of them. So yeah, it's a hell of a lot better than the 7-inch Necker Alien. And it's better than the 1/4 scale Alien in my humble opinion. Oh, and here's the Alien Pile statue, which is kind of based on, it is based on Alien, the first film. At least the guy on top is. I know because on the box artwork it clearly lets you see that it is based on the original film. But it's like a caricature, and he's sitting on top of a pile of other aliens, which very much remind me of the Dark Horse comics from the 90s. They're all kind of slightly different alien shape heads and stuff. Like this one's very different. Kind of gets wider on the sides there. And then this one, I like that alien right there. It's a cool looking one. Lots of people do fantastic custom paint jobs on this particular statue. This alien does come off as a separate piece, so you could have the alien separately and then have the big pile as a separate piece as well. But anyway, yep, I do believe the Kotobukiya statue is more accurate than the Hot Toys Big Chap as well. Even though the Hot Toys Big Chap, I really do like it, and I've had a lot of fun with it over the years. Great times, photography sessions, and I did review it a good while back, so you can check that out. But yeah, I would say that this is definitely the most accurate Big Chap. But I would not want to go commenting on those big maquette alien pieces. I think it's Rad Titan. I watched a video where they reviewed one of the old Big Chap maquettes as well as the Alien Warrior, and it looks bloody impressive. So I don't really want to comment on that one because that does look very accurate. But just from what I have, this is phenomenal. It's definitely the best in my collection. So, plenty more videos on the way over the coming days. And thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. That's the Kotobukiya Big Chap Alien. Can't recommend it enough. Jump on it. Do it. It's fantastic. See you soon.